my 2025 triathlon season, I'll dive into each race and say what I wanted going into it versus what actually ended up happening on the day. So yeah, let's jump right into it. First race of the year was 70.3 Bolton. So what was the plan going into this one? I actually went into this one pretty open, to be fair. The last 70.3 I'd done prior to this was in 2023. After a year of racing long course last year, this was my first one back, basically. I'm racing a slightly shorter distance, so I didn't know what to expect. I obviously wanted a massive PB because it had been that long since I'd raced. So yeah, how did it actually go? I had a pretty perfect day, to be fair. I come out the water in 28 minutes, near enough flat, which I was really happy with. Bike, I come out in 2.5 hours, near enough, and quite a hilly course, which I was quite happy with. And onto the run, I just hit it hard, basically. I come out in 1:23, which I was really happy with. I just felt great all day, really, so couldn't have asked for much more. And I qualified for 70.3 Worlds, which I done later in the year. So yeah. Next up was Ironman Switzerland in August. So what did I want going into this race? Really, I'd had such a good build going into this race. I felt amazing. And 2 weeks before the race, my bike breaks, which was far from ideal. Luckily, my friend Nathan lent me his bike, otherwise I would not have been racing. The original goal going into this one was obviously to try and snag that Kona slot, but yeah, my head was just all over the place before this. So much was happening, so much was going on, going wrong. It got to the point where I was like, I just want to have a race that I'm going to get through. So it felt like everything was just falling down, but yeah, how did it actually go? As soon as I started, I felt fine. It was like any normal race. Once you get going, you forget about all of what you've been thinking about leading into it. I had a really good swim, to be fair. That was my highlight of that race. I managed to crack an hour in the full for the swim, which I think it was 59 minutes 3 seconds or something like that. I was really happy with that. So that gave me a massive lift going onto the bike. Obviously, because it was my friend's bike, I didn't have a very dialed in position. My back hurt a little bit on like the last stage of the race, but it's not going to cost me much, really. But yeah, I hit it really hard. I'd practiced so much hills that I was really excited just to get on them. And yeah, I was actually pretty confident in the descents as well, considering it was a bike I wasn't used to. So yeah, I got off the bike and into T2, and as soon as I started running, I just couldn't eat anything. My stomach just said no. I felt like if I was to eat anything, I was just going to be sick straight away. So I thought I'd raw dog the marathon and not eat anything, which is a stupid idea. Never ever do that. Felt great up until halfway. I think the first half was 1:33, I want to say. Yeah, I felt mint. I was like, oh, I can do this all day. Then as soon as I got past that halfway mark, it was like someone had just put like bricks down the back of my tri-suit. My legs felt so heavy. I just had the biggest bonk ever, really, and it was just an absolute death march. Obviously, this made the finish line the most rewarding one I've ever done. Honestly, I've never felt so happy to have finished. And obviously, finding out I'd come fourth in my age group I was so happy with it. I was buzzing. With hindsight, I was like, what could I have done better? Had I fueled the marathon and got what I wanted? I still come out with a 3:24 marathon, which I was relatively happy with, considering how badly the second half of it had gone. But yeah, that was Switzerland. What a day. And last but not least was 70.3 Worlds in Marbella. What did I want going into this one? I'd set myself some like intra-race goals. I'd like to have cracked 28 in the swim. I wasn't too sure on the bike, obviously because of how hilly it was, with 1,800 metres within 90k, which is just nuts, by the way. Run, I just wanted to have a good run and just feel good and finish it strong, which was what I really wanted. I wanted to nail my nutrition and just know that I could run again. Certainly did not want to repeat Switzerland. So yeah, how did it go? I had a pretty shit swim, to be honest. I just got battered by waves. I was sick while I was swimming because I was just ingesting so much seawater, but I was very happy to get into T1. First 10 minutes of the bike, I was like just trying to regain my bearings and trying to get some water down me and try and wash the salt out. But yeah, I got going. I felt really good, to be fair. I hit the first climb, which was the big one. I was just flying past people. Felt really good. And yeah, I had goals to sit at certain power, which I hit. I was looking to normalise 255, which I did for all the main portions of the race. It was just the descents Obviously, I was coasting basically because I didn't have enough gears, which a lot of people did say, but I'm glad I had the extra gears going up the climbs because some of them were pretty steep. But yeah, I finished the bike in 2 hours 50, which I was very pleased with. Coming to T2, I just said to myself, you need to eat and drink and just make sure you finish the run strong. So I had pace goals that I wanted to hit, so I just stuck to them, kept the nutrition like clockwork, and yeah, I felt great the whole time. It was really refreshing. Just obviously it's never easy racing, but when you know you're finishing strong and you're feeling good, you just get into a rhythm, and that's what I done. Finished it with a 1:24 half, which I was really pleased with considering how challenging the bike course was, and I was 4 hours 55 overall, which landed me like 80 odd in my age group, and some very fast people in there. So yeah, kudos to all of those guys. That just about wraps up the year. I've honestly had such a fun year racing. There's been a lot of lessons, especially from Switzerland and yeah, things going wrong, but yeah, it's stuff to take into next year. I'm really excited to have a big winter build and hit the big races next year that I've got penciled in, which I will speak more on shortly. So yeah, thanks for listening.